Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighter's Anthology as we continue with the reference materials. So today, we will be going over... Really? Gazelle's not? Okay. Today we'll be going over the Gazelle, SA341-342 Gazelle. Title Aerospatial SA341-342 Gazelle. Type 5-seat light utility helicopter. Program. The first prototype of this 5-seat lightweight helicopter, designated SA340, made its first flight on 7th of April 1967, powered by an SA3 engine. It was followed by a second prototype on the 12th of April 1968, and then by 4 pre-production SA341 Gazelles. The first production SA341 Gazelle flew for the first time on 6th of April 1971 with a larger cabin than its predecessors, enlarged tail unit, additional door on the starboard side at rear, optional on production aircraft, and operated SA3 engine. Design features: 3-blade semi-articulated main rotor and 13-blade shrouded fan anti-torque tail rotor known as fenestron or fan in fin. Rotor head and rotor mast form a single unit. The main rotor blades are of NACA 0012 section attached to NAT hub by flapping hinges. There are no drag hinges. Main rotor blades can be folded manually for stowage. Main reduction gearbox forward of engine, which is mounted above rear part of cabin. Intermediate gearbox beneath engine, rear gearbox supporting the tail rotor. Main rotor engine RPM ratio 378 to 3.6179. Tail rotor engine RPM ratio 5,774 to 6,179. Small horizontal stabilizer on tail boom ahead of tail rotor fin. Landing gear: steel tube skid type. Wheels can be fitted at rear end of each skid for ground handling. Provision for alternative float or ski landing gear. Excuse me. Power plant: 1 Turbomeca SA3 turbo shaft installed above fuselage aft of cabin and delivering 440 kilowatts or 590 shaft horsepower. For takeoff. Max continuous rating also 440 kilowatts or 590 shaft horsepower. Main fuel tank and fuselage usable capacity 445 liters or 117.7 US gallons or 98 imperial gallons. Provision for 90 liter or 23.8 US gallon or 19.8 imperial gallon auxiliary tank beneath baggage compartment and or 200 liter or 52 US gallon or 44 imperial gallon ferry tank inside rear cabin. Total possible usable fuel capacity 735 liters or 193.4 US gallons or 161 imperial gallons. Refueling point on starboard side of cabin. Oil capacity 13 liters or 3.36 US gallons or 2.8 imperial gallons for engine. 3.5 liters or 0.92 US gallons or 0.77 imperial gallons for gearbox. Accommodation: crew of 1 or 2 on side-by-side seats in front of cabin, with bench seat to the rear for a further 3 persons. The bench seat can be folded into floor wells to leave a completely flat cargo floor. Armament: military loads can include 2 pods of Matra or Brandt 2.75-inch or 68mm rockets, 4 AS-11 or 2 AS-12 wire-guided missiles with APX Bezu 334 gyro-stabilized sight, 4 or 6 hot wire-guided missiles with APX 397 gyro-stabilized sight, 2 forward-firing 7.62mm machine guns, reconnaissance flares, or smoke markers. Dimensions: external main rotor diameter 10.5 meters or 34 feet 5.5 inches. Tail rotor diameter 0.695 meters or 2 feet 3 3/8 inches. Length overall 11.97 meters or 39 feet 3 5/16 inches. Height overall 3.15 meters or 10 feet 2 5/8 inches. Weights and loadings: weight empty 341G, 917 kilograms or 2,022 pounds. The 341G 908 kilograms or 2,002 pounds. Max takeoff and landing weight for the 341G and 341H 1,800 kilograms or 3,970 pounds. Performance at max takeoff weight: never exceed speed at sea level. SA341 167 knots or 310 kilometers per hour or 193 miles per hour. Max cruising speed at sea level: SA341 142 knots or 264 kilometers per hour or 164 miles per hour. Economy cruising speed at sea level, SA341, 126 knots or 233 kilometers per hour or 144 miles per hour. Max rated climb at sea level, SA341, 540 meters per minute or 1,770 feet per minute. Surface ceiling, SA341, 5,000 meters or 16,400 feet. Length 11.97 meters, height 3.15 meters, surface ceiling 5,000 meters, hovering ceiling 2,850 meters, max rated climb 540 meters per minute. Here we can see photo album. We got a Gazelle in flight with what looks like a Mi-17 or something over there. We got another Gazelle, this one armed with what looks like rocket pods. Another one which looks like rocket pods on one side and probably a 7.62 millimeter gun pod on the other. And then finally, another one in flight. I can't quite make out what's on those rails, if anything. And here we can see in game it's painted a nice forest green, and it looks like Arma di Terra, which is French for like land army or earth army, I guess it would be. Terra or ground army, maybe. Because Terra, I assume, means something along the lines of land or ground, and army is obviously army, so yeah, this is actually a very popular helicopter in foreign markets, which is why it's been around for so long. It looks like the in-game one's the French version, but I know them, I think Syria made a lot of use of these, especially in some of the Israeli-Arab conflicts, but it still gets around. Excuse me. So with that, I think we're going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.